Hello and welcome to Insight. I'm Antoine Lindley. With a population exceeding more than 3 million people, Addis Ababa is one of the fastest growing cities in the world. But as the population increases, so does the demand in housing. Stay with us for a closer look at real estate in Ethiopia's capital. Insight is brought to you by our proud partners. Coca-Cola, open happiness. St. George Beer, the first Ethiopian beer since 1922. Today's program is brought to you by Mega Paints from DH Geta. Addis Ababa is one of the fastest growing cities in the world. With a population close to 4 million, the need for housing, especially affordable, has become a major concern. This was once a village, cluttered with homes, often overcrowded and lacking clean and proper sanitation. But the government, as well as the city administration, took a bold move to demolish such areas and provide modern, subsidized housing. For Ndala Yagartu and his wife Ames, living in subsidized housing such as this government condominium has created a new way of life.
በግቢ ውስጥ የሆነ ከብቶች ነበሩ እነሱ ይረብሹ ነበር ሽታ ምናምን ነበረው ሁለተኛ አካባቢው ጭቃ ነበር ያንን አስወግዱልን ዛሬ በጸዳ ቦታ ላይ መኖር ራሱ በጣም ትልቅ ነገር ነው ወጣ ብለን ምናው ጥሩ ነገር ነው
ብዙ ድካም አለው በርግጥ እዚያ ብዙ እንደክማለን ኩሽና ነው መንሰራው ጭስ አለ ምን አለ ዝናብ አለ የሽንት ቤት ፍሳሽ አለው ምን ነበረውና አሁን ከዛ ሁሉ ተወግዶ ጥሩ ኑሮ ነው እዚህ የምንኖር
የኢትዮጵያዊ ባህላችን ምንም የተቀነሰ ነገር የለም ለምሳሌኛ አሁን እድር አለን ማህበራዊ ኑሮ እድር ዋናው እድሩ ነው ለሰው ልጅ እድር አለ የሴት እድር አለ የወንድ እድር አለ በጣም ቆንጆ ግንኙነት ነው ያለን ከዚህ በማህበራችን ውስጥ የተሻለ ግንኙነት ያለው ማህበረሰብ ነው ያለውና ሁሉ ነገር የተሟላ ነው ከነበርንበትም ወደፊት የተሻለ ነው ማለት ይቻላል በእውነት ጥሩ ግንኙነት አለ ባህላዊ እንትናችንም ለምሳሌ ድሮ ጠላ ይደረጋል እዛ በነበርነ ጊዜ እንግዲህ ኢትዮጵያ ባህሎች ብዙ ነገር ናቸው ጠላ ዳቦ ምናምን ይደረጋል ይሄ ሁሉ አልቀረም
With the vision of providing homes that were affordable and of quality, Flintstone Homes stepped into the market back in 2008.
When we started, there was a lot of problems that we faced. The first thing is there were no buyers, really, because the prices that were being offered at the time were too high compared to the capacity to afford the capacity afforded by the public at large. So we had to go back to the drawing board. in the early years of the real estate industry, about 20 years ago, pioneers like Ayat were very crucial in jump-starting the economy, as much as they were very instrumental in starting such a very lucrative business. There were also happenings which led to opportunities for malpractice, and a lot of customers had parted with years of their savings with nothing to show for it. And that kind of irritated me and my colleagues as a whole, and we've been looking for opportunities to start the real estate, to get into the real estate and try to correct things as much as we can.
And what are the main risks going into real estate?
A poor collection of dues in the order of 20 to 25% would definitely lead to poor progress in construction, which would lead again to a fall of confidence in future as well as current buyers, which would immediately change into lower collection, and that has a progressively snowballing effect that would arrest the whole process of delivery, and not just one neighborhood, but the company as a whole would lose its reputation. Word of mouth that was positive in garnering support while you were selling the homes would now do the opposite, and that's the biggest risk: low collection of dues.
Flintstone's focus is affordable homes targeting the middle class. Some may even debate that there's a huge gap between the rich and the poor. Is there a middle class here in Ethiopia?
Well, I believe that to say that there is a wide rich and poor gap, it's really obvious. There is a very wide rich and poor gap. But the truth is, some of us just got rich very fast, taking the opportunities created over the last 20 years. Over the last 7-8 years, there's been a structural change in the urban population. Yes, the focus on small and medium enterprises has created a very broad-based, in our own way, in our standards, a middle-class population, and real estate, such as ours, has really need to cater for a market like that.
In this project we have accommodated almost 600 families, and from all those 600 customers, around 500 customers are those who belong in the condos and the shops, and the remaining 100 customers are in the townhouses and the villas. And we delivered this site in the last June 30 in 2012.
For Dr. Yapa and his family, choosing Flintstone homes was not difficult.
It was not very difficult because when we wanted to go for an apartment, we went through a couple of the real estate places. The reason is that we wanted to get an apartment as early as possible because we came from India in December, so we wanted to have it within a matter of 6 months. So when we went out to different places, lastly we could find the Flintstone homes where they were completing about 80% of their structure ready. When we went into the office, we could find that it is suitable for us, and then when we came and saw this apartment, it was very convincing for us.
Most of the real estates we have seen are almost in the center of the cities, but here the whole view is so beautiful. It is a real place for living. Since the city is expanding, this is the right place to live.
the foremost thing in a man's life to possess a house by himself, like marrying, a marriage, but having the children and having the house. So nothing like that.
Especially for them, it is in their blood. Having a home.
Having a home. Yeah. Having my own home.
Amsala Toshoma is not a first-time homeowner, but for the first time, she feels a sense of community and comfort.
My house was alone, built alone, and whenever I go out, I have to look. I have to hire a guard because you cannot lock your house and go without anybody keeping your house. In case of this community, this Flintstone homes, I can go for a week. Why not months? I'm not worrying about anything because everybody is around here. They are watching my house. They are my friends. That's the best thing I like about Flintstone homes.
Do you feel that this is a community for you, a family, a community?
Yes, it's more than a community. It will be my family in the future. We are feeling as a family, we are uniting, and this is real good real estate.
Real estate has been the financial foundation for many countries around the world. But does it bring economic value to Ethiopia?
እስካሁኑ ጊዜ በፕሮጀክቶች ብዛት በ3099 የሚሆኑ የሪል ስቴት አልሚዎች ኢንቨስትመንት ፈቃድ ወስዷል። የተፈጠሩት የስራ ዕድል ደግሞ በቋሚና በጊዜያዊ በቋሚ 1548,678 የሚሆኑ ቋሚን የስራ ዕድል ፈጥሯል ማለት ነው። ሌላ የቴክኖሎጂ ሽግግር ዛት ሚንስ አሁን የውጭ ባለሀብቶች አሉ። የውጭ ባለሀብቶች እነሱ አሁን ከውጭ ሲመጡ ምን ይዘው ይመጣሉ? እውቀት ይዘው ይመጣሉ። ቴክኖሎጂ ይዘው ይመጣሉ። የአመራር ስልት ይዘው ይመጣሉ። ሪል ስቴት እንደምታውቂው የከተማ ውስጥ ነው የሚሰራው። ስለዚህ ሪል ስቴት አሁን ለከተማችን ገጽታ ግንባታ ነው ማለት ነው።
Beyond the walls of this gated community is high-end luxury living, catering to Ethiopia's affluent and well-off.
We are building high-end villas. We have 10 types of typologies for clients to choose: Mediterranean, classical, and modern. All houses have 1,000 meters square land, and the size of house is 315 to 530 meters square built up area. Our market is mainly composed of the middle high income and high income groups of Ethiopians who live here and who live abroad.
Enhancing the quality of life is one of the key details that country club developers continue to build on.
In the future, we plan to build a golf course, the clubhouse, the shopping center.
This kind of buildings was shared by the CCD real estate developers. Initially, it looked not as such achievable. Through time, it was 6 years ago, at a really very, very low price, we were offered to be part of this venture, and it has really materialized beyond what we expected. This kind of house, which is by any standard comparable to any international level. So we are also going into that kind of lifestyle, like the cooking style, the car parks and the gardening, and also the available wide lawn for jogging and exercising. And often we also interact with neighbors, which is one
such thing that has not been the actual practice in other parts of the Ethiopian community. Here we are kind of locked in our houses, but what we anticipate is through time, we are only the second group. I think this is being worked on. We have already elected committees which handle the social affairs. Hopefully this will be taken care of too.
Our cities are going to become the dynamic engines of growth and development and good governance for Ethiopia's future.
This concludes our program. I'm Antoine Lindley, and from all of us from Insight, thanks for watching.